Hello, Josie here. Are you ready for the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and are you sure? Okay, here we go. So, silence. It's the sound of silence. You know, I spent many years being silent, seeing a lot of things going on around and not saying anything. Seeing a lot of the BS, the games, the manipulation, the lies that are told, the exchanges between other people that decided to team up to play games. You know, I saw a lot of stuff and I did not say anything. I let people engage in the behaviors that they wanted to engage in, that they chose to engage in, and I remained silent. So, when God called me to start talking about my experiences and different people, attitudes, personalities, stereotypes, hate, racism, prejudice, judgment, negative, toxic behaviors. When he called me to start talking about these things and speaking on these things, he did so because all those years of me being around certain people, being in certain environments, and watching a lot of this disgusting behavior go on, not only against me, but against other people, and then watching other people team up to engage in these same behaviors with people that they really didn't like. But they believe, it's better to be on the wrong team than to be on the right team, because to them, to be on the right team would mean that they would endure the abuse that those that were on the wrong team were engaging in against other individuals. And they made the wrong choice. So me speaking on certain things, certain topics, it's not because I haven't experienced it or dealt with it. It's because I have. And to an extreme level. A lot of people, they don't know how to mind their own fucking business. Mind their own business. They don't know how to do that. They're so focused on what somebody else is doing or what somebody else is going through or who somebody else is or engaging in some kind of nasty behavior. And the reason why is because they find it entertainment. They find it entertainment. It's just like them turning on a TV or opening up their phone and going to some app or turning it to some show and sitting there for 30, 45 minutes watching a story about other people's lives, and then afterwards going and meeting with other individuals to talk about those people's lives and what they watched or what they engaged in. It's a distraction for them. A distraction. It's fun and games, and it's a distraction. And you know what? The fun and games are over. The distractions, you know what you're going to be distracted with? You know what they're going to be distracted with? They're going to be distracted with things turning upside down in their own lives. Problems with their health. Problems within their own families. And you know what usually happens? The same people that love to talk about other people and what is going on in their lives, they're now going to be talked about by other individuals. All their business is going to be out in the open. And these people, these so-called friends, relationships, friendships, they're going to learn that they were never friends. They're going to learn what it feels like to be under a microscope. What it feels like to be watched as if they're being viewed like a television show or a series. They're going to understand and know what it feels like to have their lives dissected, to be laughed at, judged, hated, because truths come out. Same truths that you tried to hide and keep covered up by attacking somebody else and their truths and their authenticity. That's what's going to end up happening to you. Your truths are going to come out, and people are going to know who you are authentically. Everything that you tried to hide from everybody else. They're going to know the truth. And a lot of these people, they're not going to be able to say anything. They're just going to be in silence. They're going to try to hide, disappear. Some of these people will move. They don't want to be in the same spaces and places with other individuals who are going to know who they are and not want anything to do with them. They're going to be outcast. They're going to be hated. They're going to be judged. And they're going to be shamed. As I said earlier, a lot of these nasty behaviors, they were done against me for the wrong reasons, because people wanted to have someone to laugh at. They wanted to have somebody to talk about. They wanted to have somebody to shame. They wanted to have somebody to bully. And it was unwarranted, unjustified, and nasty behavior. It's your turn. It's these people's turn. The tables have turned. They have to go through the fire, to the limit, to the wall. And a lot of them are not going to be able to even make it through.